Well, hello everybody. I wanted to make a video today about something that I had on my mind. I was thinking about Jesus and John the Baptist, and I was also thinking about Jesus and Peter as well. And I find something very interesting about the relationship with them. Now, John the Baptist was in prison simply for doing what God had told him to do. Okay? And so, what I find very interesting about that is that we don't see Jesus praying for John's deliverance. But in fact, what we see is Jesus' major concern for John was not John's deliverance out of prison that he was physically in, John's physical situation, but Jesus had a focus on John's internal situation. Because John the Baptist, for whatever his own human reason was, doubted whether or not he had heard from God. To me, in a sense, that's just how I look at it. Simply because John the Baptist had God to tell him why he was here, and the purpose of him being here is that he would announce the Christ. And God told him what to look for. And all of that happened. And yet, in John's situation, John gets put into prison to be beheaded. And he somehow or another begins to question. And that's really a good story or message in itself, in that you can be used by God. You can hear God, be used by God, and still not even understand who you are in God. Because Jesus made the statement in the gospel, he said that there was no man born of woman greater than John. He said, yet John was the least of those that had already chosen to believe that Jesus was the Christ. And John was doubting that. And Jesus was wanting John to deal with his internal prison of doubt that he had versus him being delivered from his external position or situation. And that says a lot right there about Jesus. It says a lot about the Father. It says a lot about the Holy Spirit, because these three agree with the same mind, that it is more important to focus on the changing of your internal self versus the changing of your external self. He is all about changing what's going on the inside versus changing what's going on the outside. Because if what's internally doesn't change, then you'll end up probably being in the same external situation again. And today, we have heard for years, we were always wanting to believe that God's going to deliver you out of your situation. God's going to pull you out of the situation. And we watched for years of remaining in the same situations, or we've seen people be in those situations. Yet, what we have is a misunderstanding about God's focus. And just that relationship right there lets you know that God's focus is more so sometimes on your internal situation, your internal being versus your external. And maybe things externally haven't changed because you have not yet made the choices for the changes internally. Okay? And so I want to maybe allow that to encourage somebody that that things can change once they change on the inside. Your focus, the doubts and fears that you're facing, those are internal things that God's like, hey, if you don't let me change that, then you're going to end up being where you are now or worse. And if you love somebody, you rather choose for them the not so bad place versus the worst place. And God may be looking at your current situation as, listen, until you allow me to change what's on the inside of you and how you think about yourself, how you think about me, how you think about the relationship you have with others, you're going to end up in a worse place if I move you from where your external situation is that you don't like. And so I pray that can really encourage somebody today. That hit my mind this morning. I wanted to go ahead and record it so that people can know, and I will be posting this either sometime this morning or later on, but somewhere on my page, okay? God bless you all. Have a great day, night, and rest of your life.